78% of grocery stores are struggling to stock shelves, and September 2025 is shaping up to be the worst yet. From everyday essentials to shocking surprises, wait till you hear 6. These 8 items are vanishing fast. Don't get caught unprepared. Hit subscribe now for insider tips to keep your family stocked and stress-free. Let's dive in. Number 8. Wine and spirits. Your next celebration might hit a snag because wine and spirits are disappearing from store shelves. But here's the twist. It's not the alcohol itself that's the issue. The real culprit? A global glass shortage that's grinding bottle production to a near halt. Glass manufacturers, especially in Europe, are struggling to keep up, as skyrocketing energy costs and raw material shortages force them to shut down nearly half their furnaces. Reports show that production is operating at just 60% capacity, leaving wineries and distilleries scrambling for alternatives. This shortage is more than just an inconvenience. Think about your anniversary dinner, a weekend gathering with friends, or even a special birthday toast. Nobody wants to show up empty-handed, and restaurants are feeling the pinch too. Many are reporting that their wine inventories are down to just 40% of what they usually stock. It's a ripple effect that's impacting everyone from casual drinkers to fine dining establishments. But there's hope. Premium boxed wines are stepping up as a viable alternative, and they've come a long way in quality. Some of the world's top-rated vineyards are now offering boxed options, which are not only more sustainable but also easier to store. Local breweries and wineries are also getting creative by reusing bottles, often maintaining better stock than larger retailers. And let's not forget the rise of canned wines and cocktails. These aren't just trendy, they're practical. Canned options are gaining popularity for their convenience and quality, with sales jumping 200% in the past year. Plus, they stay fresher longer than traditional bottles. So while the glass shortage might make it harder to find your favorite bottle, there are plenty of innovative solutions to keep your celebrations on track. And if you think this is bad, wait until you hear about the next item on the list. Number 7. Eggs are becoming a luxury item, and this isn't your typical shortage story. Remember when $3 for a dozen seemed steep? Well, brace yourself, prices in some regions have nearly doubled, and stores are even limiting how many cartons customers can buy. But what's causing this egg crisis? It's a perfect storm of challenges hitting poultry farms across the country. First, record-breaking heat waves in the Midwest are wreaking havoc. These extreme temperatures are so intense that even advanced cooling systems can't keep up, leading to significant losses in egg-laying hens. The Midwest, home to 40% of the nation's egg production, is struggling to maintain its output. On top of that, a new aggressive strain of bird flu is spreading rapidly, creating additional hurdles for farmers. And if that wasn't enough, feed costs have skyrocketed by 45% in just a few months, forcing many farms to reduce their flocks by nearly a third. The result? Millions fewer eggs are making it to store shelves every day. But don't worry, there are ways to navigate this shortage. Did you know you can freeze eggs? Simply crack them into an ice cube tray, add a pinch of salt, and freeze. They'll last up to 6 months and work perfectly for baking or cooking. Plant-based egg alternatives are also gaining traction. Products like Just Egg are surprisingly good, even for skeptics. And for baking, simple substitutes like mashed bananas or ground flaxseed mixed with water can do the trick. These options are not only budget-friendly, but also healthier in many cases. Another pro tip: build relationships with local farmers. While big box stores are struggling, smaller farms often have a steady supply. Farmers markets are a great place to find fresh, affordable eggs while supporting local businesses. The egg shortage is challenging, but with a little creativity, you can keep your breakfast and baking routines intact. Number 6. Coffee beans. If you rely on coffee to kickstart your day, this next shortage might hit you hard. Coffee beans, from your everyday brew to specialty roasts, are becoming increasingly scarce. The problem starts with Brazil and Vietnam, which together supply 65% of the world's coffee. Both countries are experiencing their worst drought in 50 years, with coffee plantations shrinking by 23% since late 20. Rising temperatures are forcing farmers to abandon traditional growing areas and move to higher altitudes, further reducing the global coffee supply. The impact is already being felt. Coffee prices have surged by 45% in some stores, and major chains are not only raising prices but also limiting how many bags customers can buy. Those single-origin roasts you love, they're becoming harder to find, and experts warn that this could be the new normal. Climate scientists predict that coffee-growing regions could shrink by up to 50% by 2030, prompting major coffee companies to invest in heat-resistant coffee plants. However, these innovations are still years away from reaching consumers. So what can you do? Start by stocking up when you find your favorite beans. Coffee can stay fresh for up to 6 months in an airtight container at room temperature. Just avoid the freezer. It can ruin the flavor. Local roasters are also stepping up, sourcing beans from emerging regions like Myanmar, Laos, and parts of India. These smaller farms are more adaptable to climate changes and often use sustainable practices. If you're looking to stretch your coffee supply, try Japanese-style cold brew. It uses 30% fewer beans while delivering the same caffeine kick. And for those willing to explore alternatives, drinks like yerba, met, or mushroom coffee are gaining popularity. The coffee shortage is a wake-up call, but with these strategies, you can keep your mornings running smooth. Number 5. Butter. The great butter crisis of 2025 is shaking up kitchens across the country. Just over a year ago, a stick of butter cost around $3. Today, prices have jumped by 43%, and some stores are limiting customers to just 2 packs per visit. So what's behind this dairy dilemma? The world's top dairy producers, New Zealand and Ireland, are facing severe challenges. Extreme weather has slashed milk production by 22%. And cows are producing less milk than ever. At the same time, feed costs have skyrocketed, and European markets are holding on to their supplies, leaving global markets in a bind. Small local dairy farms are stepping in to fill the gap, with some even offering butter subscriptions to meet demand. But don't panic, there are plenty of ways to adapt. Butter can be frozen for up to 6 months if wrapped properly, so stock up when you can. For baking, try mixing equal parts Greek yogurt and olive oil. This combination not only works as a butter substitute, but also makes cakes more moist and cuts saturated fat by 60%. European-style cultured butter spreads are another great option. They're more concentrated in flavor, so you can use less while still getting the same taste. Restaurants and home bakers alike are finding these alternatives to be cost-effective and delicious. In fact, blind taste tests show that most people can't tell the difference between baked goods made with traditional butter and those made with substitute. The butter shortage is sparking creativity in kitchens everywhere, proving that necessity really is the mother of invention. 4. Rice. Rice, a staple ingredient for millions around the world, has become noticeably absent from grocery store shelves, leaving consumers scrambling for alternatives. The issue stems from a series of global supply disruptions, spearheaded by none other than India, the world's largest rice exporter. For years, India supplied almost 40% of the rice consumed globally. However, in 2025, the nation chose to prioritize its domestic population by tightening export controls. Facing extreme weather, shrinking yields, and skyrocketing local prices, India decided to keep its rice stocks at home. What makes this shortage particularly acute is that it doesn't just impact specialty varieties like basmati rice. Everyday staples like long-grain white rice, brown rice, and even pre-cooked microwave packets are vanishing from store shelves. To make matters worse, traditional alternative suppliers like Thailand and Vietnam are also grappling with the fallout of El Niño weather patterns. These countries have reported diminished harvests, and rice prices from these regions have spiked by a staggering 40% in just a few months. For consumers, the results are hitting both the wallet and meal plans. Bags of rice that once cost $15 now hover closer to 25 or 30 baht. Smaller bags, popular for cooking quick meals or meal prepping, are both harder to find and considerably pricier. This is straining budgets not only in households, but also for food service providers like restaurants and caterers, forcing them to raise prices or alter their menus altogether. For those feeling the pinch but unwilling to give up on carb-heavy meals, there are alternatives worth exploring. Quinoa, for example, is an excellent substitute. Not only does it cook faster than rice at just 15 minutes, but it also boasts higher protein content. Barley, another great option, is incredibly filling and holds up well in leftover. And for the adventurous, frozen cauliflower rice has evolved significantly, with many brands now providing tasty, easy-to-cook versions. Creative solutions like these can soften the blow of current shortages while offering healthier, innovative choices for your meal. A final tip: if you do stumble across rice still reasonably priced, consider buying an extra package or two, but be mindful of overstocking. Panic buying only drains shelves quicker. Instead, keep an eye on smaller grocers and Asian markets, which often have better inventories. 3. Baby formula. For parents, 2025 is proving to be a particularly stressful year, and the continued shortage of baby formula is one of the leading causes. Across the country, formula stock has been dwindling fast, and the reasons aren't as simple as a lack of raw material. Stricter FDA regulations, implemented to address safety concerns, have unintentionally created bottlenecks in production. Some of the biggest manufacturers have been forced to pause production lines for longer inspections or facility upgrades, decimating available inventory. Compounding the issue is the fact that specialty formulas, those designed for sensitive stomachs or allergies, are in even shorter supply. These products are already manufactured in smaller batches and require distinct ingredients, making them incredibly challenging to find. Store shelves reflect the growing strain. Recent data shows stock levels in some regions are down by as much as 43%. While the big-name brands dominate most stores, lesser-known formula manufacturers are stepping up to the plate. Many of these companies have operated for years, but struggled to gain traction due to limited retail presence. Now they're ramping up production to bridge the supply gap, but most parents don't even know these brands exist. To beat the shortage, parents need to get resourceful. The first, talk to your pediatrician. Many doctors maintain emergency supplies of formula for patients in need. Additionally, joining local Facebook formula finding groups offers access to real-time updates on store stock or even extra cans shared by other parents. These online communities have become a lifeline for those desperate to feed their babies. Small pharmacies are another underutilized resource. Family-run stores often have special distributor partnerships that allow them to source formula when big chains can't. Stopping in and asking what's available could make all the difference. Finally, signing up for restock alerts on grocery or pharmacy apps creates additional chances to snag formula without added stress. Though navigating a baby formula shortage is undeniably daunting, these resourceful strategies can ease some of the fear and uncertainty. Lean on your local community, digital tools, and lesser-known brands to ensure your little one gets the nourishment they need. 2. Tomato product. Whether it's spaghetti sauce, ketchup, or canned diced tomatoes, tomato products are suddenly becoming luxury items. The United States tomato-growing hub, California's Central Valley, has endured relentless droughts, drastically cutting down its output. Alongside this, Italy, long one of the largest exporters of premium processed tomatoes, has also been hit hard by climate issues, losing close to 40% of its expected crop in 2020. The result? A supply-side disaster that's pushing prices up as much as 70%. This shortage doesn't only affect your homemade recipes. Fast food restaurants are tweaking their sauces, soup brands are changing their ingredient proportions, and frozen pizzas are using less tomato base to compensate. Consumers feeling the squeeze are starting to notice missing marinara jars, watered-down pizza sauces, and higher costs. What's alarming is how deeply rooted this issue is in agriculture. Farmers who've worked tomato fields for decades are being forced to scale back or entirely abandon their crops due to insufficient water supplies. To tackle this shortage creatively, think fresh and unconventional. Stock up on fresh tomatoes during seasonal sales and try making your own sauce to freeze. It's easier than it sounds and is incredibly cost-efficient. You can even use ice trays to portion your sauce, minimizing waste. Another game changer is the combination of red bell peppers and carrots as a tomato substitute. Their natural sweetness, when roasted and blended together, creates a delightful sauce base that mimics that comforting tomato flavor. On the condiment side, look to international aisles for creative alternatives. Gochujang, a Korean pepper paste, and Italian caponata make excellent tomato replacements, while adding a unique spin to your dish. These solutions might not replace tomatoes entirely, but they add the variety and creativity needed to fill the gap temporarily. Plus, it's yet another reminder to support sustainable farming practices as climate changes threaten food staples. 1. Fresh berries. Few things scream summer like fresh berries, but they've become increasingly hard to find in stores, and the reasons extend beyond just seasonal scarcity. Key berry-producing states like California and Florida are grappling with unpredictable and extreme weather conditions, including unseasonal frost and intense heat waves. Just last month, California farms lost over 40% of their strawberry crops to these volatile weather patterns. Transport and logistics further complicate the situation. Shipping costs have ballooned, surging by 45% in less than a year. For small-scale berry farmers, this means it's no longer financially viable to transport the berries to store. Many farmers are forced to leave perfectly good crops to rot because selling them would incur a loss once transportation fees are factored in. Consumers aren't entirely out of options. Farmers' markets are a great first stop. They often have fresher berries than the supermarkets and are cheaper because middlemen are cut out of the equation. Show up early and you might score plenty of berries at a fraction of the grocery store price. If fresh berries remain elusive, frozen berries are a standout alternative. Thanks to modern flash freezing techniques, frozen berries retain the nutrients and flavors of their fresh counterparts. They're versatile for smoothies, baking, or even as a topping for yogurt. The best part, they stay good in your freezer for months, making them a smart buy for berry lovers. For those willing to think outside the box, indoor berry gardens are becoming a modern solution. Compact systems allow you to grow strawberries and blueberries year-round. These setups are affordable, require minimal space, and yield enough berries to keep your cravings satisfied. Berries may be harder to find, but with these creative strategies, you're never completely out of options. Stock your freezer, start a small garden, or simply adjust your recipes to make the most out of every berry season. A little ingenuity and planning can go a long way during shortages like this. Navigating grocery shortages in 2025 might feel overwhelming, but as we've explored, it's not impossible to adapt, from rice and baby formula to tomato products and fresh berries. These essential items may be in short supply, but there are creative solutions to help you manage the impact. By exploring alternatives like quinoa or barley, tapping into local communities for resources like baby formula, or even growing your own produce, you can take proactive steps to keep your life running smoothly, despite the challenge. Situations like these remind us of the importance of adaptability and resourcefulness. Shortages may push us outside our comfort zones, but they also bring opportunities to try new recipes, discover alternative ingredients, and connect with local producers or support networks. Whether it's swapping to frozen berries for your smoothies, or trying homemade tomato sauce for your pasta nights, these small adjustments can make a big difference. While the road ahead may come with its share of obstacles, it's crucial to stay optimistic. Farmers, suppliers, and innovators are constantly working on solutions to meet evolving challenges. Supply chains are improving, alternative systems are being developed, and communities are stepping up to help one another like never before. Remember, these shortages won't last forever, and together we can weather this period by staying mindful, patient, and open to change. Keep exploring alternatives, supporting local businesses, and sharing tips with others. By doing so, you're not just managing shortages, you're helping to create a more resilient future. Stay hopeful, stay resourceful, and keep moving forward.